Hello, everyone. This is the next lesson of this chapter, this trigonometry chapter. So, today's topic is more specifically trigonometry, where you will understand sine theta, cos theta, and tangent theta. So, for most of the student, trigonometry is like a very hard topic, a difficult topic to understand, but it's not that much difficult if you understand how it works, how to solve questions on it, how to use sine theta, cos theta, and tangent theta. If you understand the formula, there is no way of memorizing things, but it is all of understanding these formulas and then using it. So in trigonometry, there are three formulas. You can see the three trigonometry formulas. That is sine x. You can write sine theta as well here, cos x, and tangent x. Okay, so these are three formulas. Now sine x is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So first of all, I will draw a triangle here. This is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle mean that which I have explained you in the previous lesson. It means that triangle which has 190-degree angle. So you can see over here, this is the 90-degree angle. So therefore we call this a right angle triangle because there is 190-degree angle. Now opposite to the right, opposite to the 90-degree angle, this is called hypotenuse. This will always be hypotenuse. Okay, and you can say hypotenuse is the biggest or the biggest line, the largest one. Okay, the larger side, the longest side is hypotenuse. So you can see this is the longest one, this line. It looks like this one is bigger than these two. So this is hypotenuse, and hypotenuse will always be opposite to the 90-degree angle. Now, so this is hypotenuse, and now two are left. One is this one and one in that one. Let's assume the angle is here. X is here. You can see this angle, X. This one. This is also need to be in the triangle. Okay. So let's assume I'm assuming X is here. You can draw over there as well. It will have no effect, right? You can draw X over there as well. But let's assume I'm assuming here, this is X. This is the angle X. Now, so this angle, opposite to this angle is opposite. As you can see the name of it, which is opposite to the angle given in the triangle. So opposite to this angle is called opposite. So this side is called opposite. And the last one, which is left, is called adjacent. This is adjacent. Right? Let me revise you quickly again. So perpendicular, opposite to the 90-degree is hypotenuse, opposite to the angle given other than 90-degree. This is called opposite, and the other one is adjacent. Now you can write sine theta. So sine x, x is this angle. So sine x is equal to opposite, which is this one, divide by hypotenuse. This is the formula of sine x. Cos x is equal to adjacent divide by hypotenuse, and tangent is equal to opposite by adjacent. Okay, you can see the same diagram is drawn over here. This is that x angle. This is the 90-degree angle. So opposite to the 90-degree angle, this is hypotenuse, and opposite to this angle is opposite, and this is adjacent. Now, these are 3 points. The hypotenuse is the longest side. 1 point. The opposite is the side opposite to the angle being used. This is very important, right? So actually, students get confused by deciding between opposite and adjacent sides. So opposite is that side which is opposite to the angle being used in sine theta or sine x. Obviously, you will be writing some angle here. It could be sine x, sine theta, any value you can write. But opposite to that angle, it would be called opposite side. And the adjacent is the other side next to the angle being used. By the way, the last one, which is left, is called adjacent. Now, you will then solve further, solving more questions. Okay, for example, let's assume a question is given and there is a triangle. Sorry. This is, let's say, a triangle given. And this is the opposite. This is the x. This is 90 degree. This one is hypotenuse. And this one is adjacent. Now, in the question, hypotenuse is given. In the question, hypotenuse is given. That is 5. And angle is given 30. This is the question, okay? 30 angle is given. And we need to find out opposite. We will solve questions here after this page, but I'm just making this simple for you. Like, find opposite. Find opposite. Now, there is hypotenuse given, and we need to find out opposite. So you will use the formula among these three, which has hypotenuse and opposite. Now see, hypotenuse and opposite is in the sign. You can see hypotenuse and opposite. Because there is hypotenuse and adjacent, so we cannot use this. Opposite and adjacent, we cannot use this because adjacent is not given in the question, right? So we need that formula to use which has both of them given. The one which we need to find and the one which is given. Both of them must be given. Then you can solve for opposite. And one third thing which is necessary to be given is this angle. If this angle is not given, you can still not solve this question because you have to substitute angle here in place of x. So let's solve this quickly. So I'm using this formula. So sine x, so sine x, I will substitute 30 equal opposite. So opposite is we need to find that and divide by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 5. Okay. I want to find out the opposite. So cross multiply it. So opposite will be equal to 5 times sine 30. And sine 30 is equal to 1 by 2. So 5 multiply 1 by 2. So it would be 5 by 2 or 2.5. So it means opposite is 2.5. This is how you solve it. So you see the question, you choose the formula, which formula is you can use there, and then solve it. Mathematics is really easy. It's not difficult. You just multiply them, you just find, and you will get the answer. And the next step is, for example, if opposite and hypotenuse is given, I mean that opposite is given and you need to find out adjacent, go with tangent because there is opposite and adjacent, right? So you will decide the formula according to these rules. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is the simple method in order to memorize the formula. That is the formula triangles. Here you can memorize it, simply learn that. Now, this S mean sine, C mean cos, T mean tangent. O is opposite by hypotenuse, adjacent by hypotenuse, and opposite by adjacent. So it means like if you memorize this triangle, it means you have learned that one formula. Because sine theta, I have written this S here, which is equal to O by H. O by H, you can see O by H, opposite by hypotenuse, right? So sine theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Let me show you there. Sine x is opposite by hypotenuse. You can see sine opposite by hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So you can see cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, right? So this is how you can memorize. It means you just memorize these three. Just memorize this one, and that one. And then you will be able to memorize these and you can then use it. So there is a more easy way to memorize SOH. It means strange orange hamsters. And then CAH, creep around houses. And then TOA is tripping over ants. You can use this one sentence. Now this is more easy, right? You just memorize this one sentence and from there you will be able to use or memorize this formula. Now, strange change hamsters, what does that mean? S for sine x, O for this O, the orange O for opposite. So you will write the first one as the top, on top, numerator. And hamsters, that would be hypotenuse, H for hypotenuse, this H, the capital, hypotenuse. Okay, creep around houses. So C is cos x. A for A is adjacent, A for adjacent, and house is H for hypotenuse. Okay, so you need just to memorize this one line and then you will be able to memorize those formulas. Now let's solve a few questions on trigonometry. So here is a question given. Find the length of the triangle shown in 3SF. So this is the triangle given. Now you see, this is the 90-degree angle. First of all, you need to highlight this as this is hypotenuse because this is 90-degree and opposite to the 90-degree is hypotenuse as we have discussed. So this is hypotenuse. Now this is the angle given. I told you that one angle must be given in the triangle. And opposite to that is opposite. And the left one, which is left, that is the adjacent. So they asked to find out P. So P is adjacent. So we need to find out adjacent. All right. So then you will write that formula. Okay, that formula is one line which I told you to memorize. If you have memorized that one line, you can then write this formula. Then you will choose. Now, if you see, we need to find out adjacent and opposite is given. So we will choose that formula which has opposite and adjacent. So opposite and adjacent you can see is in this one. O for opposite, A for adjacent, and T for tangent. So it means we need to use this formula, TOA, right? So TOA is tangent equal to opposite by adjacent. So let's work on that and use this one. Okay, you can see tangent is equal to, I will use it here. Tangent X is equal to opposite by adjacent by adjacent. Now opposite is this one, right? Opposite is 15. So 15 divided by adjacent. X is given 35. And we need to find out adjacent, this P. This is adjacent. So tangent 35. Okay. So I want to find out adjacent. So I will take this up and take that tangent 35 down to the denominator. So adjacent is equal to 15 divided by tangent 35. Okay. So you can see P. You can write P as well for this adjacent because P is the adjacent. P and adjacent both are equal. So you can write P and the same thing. So 15 divided by tangent 35 is 21.44. So it means 21.4 meters. So this is the answer, right? So this is P. All right, let's work on example 2. Example 2 is a bit different. It says find out the angle. Now in this question, you need to find the angle. And one important thing, if you see this triangle is not a right angle triangle, it is called isosceles triangle. It is not right angle triangle. So first of all, we need to convert this into right angle triangle and we will draw a line in the middle. So now we got two triangles. Both of them are right angle triangle. But our main concern, we will solve this triangle. So you can see a line is drawn in between. So the left side is the right angle triangle. The right side is as well a right angle triangle. Okay, so this is the angle. Now you see this one, the angle. This is 90 degree. So at the start, I told you that opposite to the 90-degree angle will be a hypotenuse. You can see H, hypotenuse. Remember, the longest side. Hypotenuse will always be opposite to the 90-degree angle. And this is another angle given. So I told you opposite to this angle would be opposite. O is written. Okay. So opposite and this one is adjacent. So it means we are just working on this left side triangle. Okay. We are not working on the right one because angle is given here. There is no angle like this, X. So therefore angle is must. Angle is given here. So we can work on this. And in the question, we need to find out the angle. Find out the angle. So first of all, let's choose the formula. Which formula should be used among all those three formulas? Now, hypotenuse is given and adjacent is given. So obviously you will go with the formula having hypotenuse and adjacent. So you can see A for adjacent, H for hypotenuse, and C for cos theta, right? Adjacent, hypotenuse. So we will go So it means cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So let's see here. Let me erase this. It means cos is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So cos is x is equal to adjacent was 15 and hypotenuse was 25. So 15 by 25 is equal to 0.6. Cos x is equal to 0.6. Now we need to find out x. So therefore you will shift this cos to the other side. So it will become cos inverse. Cos inverse and 0.6. Now if you see your calculator, there is an option for cos inverse. When you press the shift button and then you press cos, you will get cos inverse on the screen. When you get cos inverse, write 0.6, 0.6, and then you will get 53.1 degree. This is the answer. So this is how you solve trigonometry, these examples. I hope this is clear, and if you have any confusion, you can text me over here, over the chat as well. There is a chat. If you are facing any confusion, you can text me. All right, so this one is again the same thing, having given label the sides of the both the triangles. So you can see opposite to the 90 degree is hypotenuse, opposite to the angle is opposite, adjacent. Opposite to the 90 degree is hypotenuse, opposite to the angle is opposite, right? So this is called label. So it means you have labeled the sides of the both the triangles. As the triangles are similar, the smaller angle B is also x. So both of them are x. Write down this formula and then choose among. This is the general method written. By the way, question. This is a question. So if you see, okay, sin x is given, by the way, in this question. And we need to find out the length of y, this one. So it means we need to find out the hypotenuse. So use this formula. So sin x is 0.4 and substitute other values. You will get y as 20 centimeter. Right, you can see from here. And this is your homework. Practice on this. Try this question. Pause the video. You can take a screenshot, uh, a picture of this, and solve this question yourself. And then you can send me on in the chat, right? And if you have confusion, you can also send me that queries. I will answer you. Okay, in the next lesson, we will then start trigonometry, common values. All right, see you then. Goodbye.